Today, someone called me autistic. They did. And I'm not. I can assure you of that. I'm not autistic. I think I would have known by now. I have a video production business, and my role in the business is to onboard the clients, make sure that the product gets delivered on time and well, and that the product is good. So I do like basically all the operations and the delivery. I'm in charge of that, and my partner closes the clients and brings the deals on the table, and we kind of we do other things like specifically individually, but that's kind of our main titles is like I'm the head of operations and he's like business development guy. And so today I had a new client come into the business, and I had to onboard him naturally. And my partner didn't really introduce me that much to him before the onboarding, so I didn't know who the guy was specifically. I knew what he did and all that stuff, all that jazz that I need to know before the onboarding, but I didn't know the guy personally. So I kind of went into the onboarding meeting with like a professional mindset, talking like a business professional, just being sharp and just being professional. And I thought the onboarding went really well. I thought the guy was happy. I thought we had a good, productive conversation. Everything went super well. He agreed to everything that I said, and everything was clear. But turns out that after the call, he actually called my partner, and he said that he didn't really want to deal with me, and that he'd rather deal with my partner instead during the operations and during the delivery of the project, which is not possible, obviously, because that's my role. Like that's not just, you can't pick and choose who you want to talk to in our business. Like I am in charge of the project, and I'm the one that makes sure that it's actually delivered. But yeah, he called my partner and he told him that, and he told him, because my partner asked, why is that? Why would you rather deal with me? And he said, because I just don't feel the vibe between me and Antoine, and I don't feel like he's on a human level, like able to connect with me. And he said that he thinks I'm a bit autistic. And like I said, I'm not autistic. I know that for a fact. It's just that in business settings, I like to do the work. I like to be focused on the work. I like to be professional. And it turns out that this guy specifically, he was more of a chill, bro talk kind of guy. Like he liked speaking to people, even in business relationships, as if they were his friends. And it's just not something that I like to do. I don't like to mix, bromance and fucking friendships and business, especially on an onboarding call with a new client that I don't know, because I could be onboarding a 23-year-old guy that speaks like a bro, just like I could be onboarding a guy that's 65 that has a banking institution. But yeah, I thought the call went pretty well, and turns out the guy didn't like it, and he called me autistic. And I took that really, really personal, and I was shaken by that. Like for a few hours, dude, my heart was pumping, and I was like, fuck, man. Like, I don't know if you've ever felt that feeling of disappointing someone that you don't necessarily know, but that that they have like potential to make your life better, right? Like a new client, more money, or a girl that you meet at a bar and you invite for a date, and then it turns out you're late because of this and that. Like your dog ate your keys or whatever. You disappoint someone that you think has potential to not change your life, but make your life better. Like that's a shitty ass feeling. And that happened to me today. I had that feeling. I had that gut wrenching like disappointment in myself. Like, what could I have done better? What did I mess up? Like I was thinking about that, and that led me to think, like, am I actually autistic? Like, not like, because I know I'm not autistic, but I was telling myself, like, okay, it's not the first time that someone tells me that. It's not the first time that someone doesn't want, would rather work with my partner than with me. It's not the first time that happens. Like, am I really that unpleasant to be around? Am I really that bad at business relationships? Is that me? Am I like socially super awkward? Am I? I don't think so. Like, I can speak to a fucking camera like alone on the beach, like I'm doing right now, and it's not even my first language. I speak French originally, but I can speak pretty well. I can formulate good sentences, and I don't have a problem speaking to people. I don't think so. But I started asking myself those questions, and I was like, do I really know myself? Like, did I miss something? And that went on for a couple hours, man. I was doubting myself a lot, and I was like, damn, what do I have to change about myself? What do I have to get better at? Like, what for the next onboardings next week? Like, holy shit, what am I gonna do? Like, they're gonna think that I'm autistic again. Like, all those thoughts like started coming to me, and if you've ever felt that, it's probably the same thing for any other given situation where you disappoint someone that you think has potential in your life. Like, maybe you go to a job interview, and you freaking spilled your coffee on your shirt beforehand, and then you don't get the job, and then you think that it's because of that, and you start rethinking about what could I have done different, what could I have done better. Like, yeah, like you start overthinking about a lot of that stuff, and I was spiraling on that, and I was really thinking a lot about that and doubting myself a lot. But then I took a minute, I grabbed a beer, just like I got right now, and I went on the porch to sit and just talk to my business mentor slash friend that has a lot more experience than me. And I talked to him about the situation, and it's not even something that he told me, but it's just something that I realized myself just by taking the time to think about it, is why would I let that person that met me for 1 hour behind a screen, why would I let that person make me doubt myself and make me doubt what I know about myself? That doesn't make sense. That guy's known me for 1 hour, literally. I've known myself for 20 years. Like, why would I let that guy define who I am, and why would I even let that guy enter my mind and make me question my abilities and my qualities? That doesn't make sense. And it's easier said than done, like when you have anyone telling you something about you, especially when it's negative. When it's positive, it's easy to accept, but when it's negative, you start thinking a lot about it, and you start reviewing every single moment in your life where that could potentially have been a problem, and you start overthinking all that stuff. And maybe there's like some truth in it, of course. Like, I personally think I have a little bit of a problem with like letting go of the work and like really focusing on the human being. That for sure, I have some work to do on that. But I'm not autistic, and I'm not unpleasant to be around. I'm a pretty fun guy, chill guy. And yeah, I know myself. Like, why would I let that guy like decide who I am for me? It doesn't make sense. And I think that's a challenge that we have as young people. Like, yes, that happened to me in business, in a business setting, but it can happen to you in school. It can happen to you in a relationship. It can happen to you in whatever it is that you're going through. Like, let's say you're working through a school to get a degree, and one of your teachers tells you that you're lazy. You take that so seriously and so personally as a young person, because you don't yet feel 100% comfortable and 100% confident in your own skin and in your own personality. Like, you don't know yourself at 100% like a mature person would yet. You're still figuring yourself out. You're still figuring, who am I in this world? What are my qualities? What are my weaknesses? You're still figuring all that stuff out. So everything that comes from the external point of views has so much effect on you, because you're asking yourself those questions at first anyways. And once you get some feedback, it means so much to you, whether you realize it or not. Like, subconsciously, that feedback starts defining you a little bit, like, through time. And some of it is probably good. Like, there's some lessons to take from that. But as a young person, you got to protect yourself. You got to protect you got to protect what you know about yourself. I think that's what it is. I think you have to protect the things that are dear to you about yourself. It's extremely important to me to know that I'm a fun person to be around, and that I'm not being a pain to the people that I'm around. That's important to me. And if you're, that person that's in school that their teacher told them that they were lazy, you know yourself. You know you're not lazy, but you're going to take that feedback and really take it too far in your own mind. So I don't have any specific advice to give you. Like, I could say, like, write what you think about yourself down on a paper and really, paste that on your computer background or your phone wallpaper. Like, I could tell you that. Like, maybe that would work. I don't know if it would. Maybe it would. I should probably do that, but I think it's just whenever someone tells you something about you, like you're smart and you're lazy, you're so hardworking, you're so patient, you're such a people pleaser, you get angry so easily, like all those things that people say to you, whenever you hear that, like someone criticizing you or complimenting you, take a few seconds, step back, and ask yourself, like, okay, here's what I know about myself. I went through this experience and that experience, and here's what I think about myself. Because that's the most important thing at the end of the day. Like, the fucking client that I met and talked to for 1 hour doesn't really matter in the scope of my whole entire life. The only person's opinion that matters is myself. And it sounds kind of cheesy, but it's true. I'm probably not going to spend my whole life with my partner. I think at some point I'll probably move on from this project. Could be in 5 years, could be in 10 years, could be in 30 years, but I'll eventually move on, probably. And so his opinion does matter, of course, on certain subjects. But when it comes to me, my personality, and what I think about myself, the only person's opinion that matters is myself, is my own opinion. Maybe my girlfriend's, because I'm planning on being with her for a while, but yeah, it's hard as a young person to build something while and to learn a certain craft or a certain career, or to just to be building anything and to be learning about yourself so much while you're doing it. It's really hard. It's really hard to balance the both of them. So whenever you start asking yourself questions about yourself, just make sure it comes from within you. Make sure it doesn't come from something that happened outside of your internal reflections. Or make sure it's not your parents telling you that you're too impulsive or that you're lazy or whatever it is. Like, do take those comments. It can help to spark some reflections and to, get better at certain things. But everything that has to do with your qualities and your weaknesses and your abilities, like, don't let other people stick labels on your forehead. Like, that's not how it works. You know yourself, you know what you can do, you know what you cannot do. Even if you think that you don't know yourself yet, which I think a lot of us young people do think that, internally, somewhere deep inside of us, we already know who we are. We just need to often take a step back, and you really got to find that inner guide that you have that tells you, like, I identify to this and I don't identify to that. Like, at the end of the day, like, I think you're gonna know, man. You're gonna know if you're autistic or not. You're gonna know if you are lazy or not. Like, you know yourself. And even if right now something happened to you where you think you don't know yourself, you do. You just have to figure it out. You have to find that little light bulb inside of you that's going to tell you, like, okay, this is you, this is not. So I don't know if any of this makes sense. I don't know if any of this is going to be structured enough to be put in a video, but I thought I'd come out here. I'm on a vacation, but I'm working, as you know. As I said, I onboarded a client. But yeah, I thought I'd come out here and share my thoughts on what happened and maybe help some of you guys out. Yeah. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe. I try to put out a video every single week. Ideally. Sometimes I don't. I have the time, okay? I have the time. But sometimes I kind of lack on that side of my life. But sometimes I don't know. Life happens, you know. I forget or I feel lazy that day, like on a Sunday or whatever. But, whatever. The important thing is that I'm relatively consistent. So I try to put out a video every single week. Doesn't happen every single week, but if you like to get better, and if you like to think about life in different perspectives, and if you like to reflect on life, and if you're a young person that's trying to build a strong future while keeping a sane mind, I invite you to to subscribe. Yeah, YouTube is subscribe based, okay? I invite you to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and maybe share the video to someone that you think this might help. So cheers to you guys. I'll go back to admiring this beautiful beach behind me. And yeah, peace out.